Well, good morning, everyone. And once again, welcome to another live this morning. Hope you're having a great start to your day. And we appreciate you guys coming on here. And let's say hello to a few friends. And I changed my light a little bit this morning. I can't see. And Andrea, you're number one. Mike from Norland, number two. How are you? Sandy, Fergus Falls, Minnesota. Who was that for Niagara Falls? Rosalinda? John, how are you? And, okay. The scroll is stopped. Linda, how are you? There you go. Let me see if I can see it. Nativity. Lynn Marie. Nah, I can't see it any better there. Linda from Uppsala. Cecilia, good morning from Shediac, Nouveau-Brunswick. And Donna, how are you from Park Hill? And Nick from our staff, good morning. I think that was Gertie. Fran from Orangeville. Wendy from Markham. And Jeanette, how are you? Kathy, Port Perry, good morning. Jeanette from our staff, and Carol, West Virginia. And who's that in St. Petersburg? Rhoda, how are you? Doreen, good morning. Keith, and Kevin, Oshawa. Darcy, Wisconsin. Elaine, St. John's, Newfoundland. Jeanette, good morning. And Rita, how are you? And Caroline, how are you? Denise, Oakville. Jude, Troy, New York. Arlene, good morning to you. And April, Oshawa. Wendy, good morning. And Brahim, what happened to you, Dorothy? Brahim, I'm not used to you coming up late. Amber, New Jersey, good morning. Gary, Bolton. Maureen, Penticton, British Columbia. Marilyn, are you saying hi again, Marilyn? I missed it from Florida. I couldn't see it, guys. It's going up into those clouds. I can't see it. Yeah, you know what? I can't see the names anymore. I think it's my background. Hi, Brandon. Lynn Marie, sorry guys, for those who I missed. Margaret, how are you? And London, who was that? Ruth, Burnaby, British Columbia. Eric, salut. And Sharon, I'm going to say from Kansas. Nativity, good morning. And Vince. Okay, Debbie. Guys, good to have you on. Maureen from Florida, how are you? Heather, Mira, Michi, Michelle, Donna, Newfoundland. Thanks for coming on, guys. And Sue said she's in the clouds. Okay, can you hear me and see me? That's the key. Give me a thumbs up. We appreciate you guys coming on with us this morning. Okay, who is it? Their 61st birthday. I want to say happy birthday, but I couldn't see your name. Marl, how are you from Ottawa? Okay, now, 4 new studies. How many we'll get to this morning? I don't know. We'll see. Okay, let me make, now most of you might know this, but if you don't, here's a little announcement that we have a sale going on in our products, okay, martinclinic.com, and it goes on till Thursday night. 15% off all our products, okay? Thank you guys, we appreciate it. You guys are the best audience in the world, and the smartest. I'm telling you, I'll put you up against any health audience anywhere. I mean it. You guys, because I don't guess, I test, right? That was my motto in the office. Don't guess, test. I didn't have to guess. We test it. But on this program, I test you. I test your knowledge all the time. How often do I do this to you? Close your books, and I'm going to ask you a question. And you guys always get it. Okay? You guys get the answers. I'm beautiful, smart. That's you guys. Okay, now. This was an article on, with a statement that I really, really appreciated. Okay? It's on cancer. You know what it says? Cancer is a metabolic disease. Cancer is a metabolic disease. Wow. Okay? Because for years, cancer was a genetic disease. And thus, it was treated as such. And when the thinking is shifting to a metabolic disease, now, don't hold your breath for nutrition to be a big part of cancer. Don't hold your breath, because the fact that research is showing that it's a metabolic disease. Now, when I say metabolic, what does that mean, right? Well, your metabolism, how your body takes food and converts it to energy. That's your metabolism. There's a lot of things that are going on, but generally that's what metabolic disease is. And now there's so much talk about mitochondrial dysfunction. Well, what are your mitochondria? Your battery packs. And your battery packs don't work without energy. Well, they produce energy, but they don't work unless you give those mitochondria food. So the newest research on cancer is really, really shifting its focus from genetics. Oh, your daddy had cancer. You know, your daddy had pancreatic cancer, or your mother had breast cancer. That makes you, a sitting duck for cancer. Well, they're finding out that's not true at all. It's a little percentage. And yeah, just like you look like your parents to some extent, right? The thing is that you can override genetics. That's why I tell people that all the time. I've been telling them that for almost 50 years. Yeah, they're genetic. Look, you are susceptible. You, as an individual, are more susceptible to something than maybe your next door neighbor, right? In my family, my genetics, and the older I get, the more I look like my father. Like, it scares me sometimes. Sometimes I look in the mirror and go, holy moly, no wonder they called me Tony Jr. Okay? At one time we used to say, don't ever ask for Dr. Tony if you call our office. My dad, me, my son. Okay? Confusing. But guys, genetics is a factor, but it's a small factor. It's a very small factor. Okay? So, you get it? You get it? Okay, let me just see here. I'm thinking 10 minutes left. I want to make sure you guys are hearing me, right? Just because I'm getting a little notification on my sound. Are you getting it? Give me a thumbs up if you're getting my sound. Okay, good. Okay. I'm worried. Like I'm thinking, maybe you're not hearing any of it. Okay. You're hearing it? Beautiful. Okay, that's all that counts. Even if you don't see me, as long as you can hear it, right? Because the podcasts are just, hearing. Okay, now. So this article by oncologists is stating something that I've been talking about for a long time, that cancer, so is heart disease, by the way, too. So is Alzheimer's. So is autoimmune. So is diabetes. It's what? It's a metabolic issue. It's a metabolic issue. Okay? So, cancer is, here's the headline. Cancer is a metabolic disorder. Okay. So, quickly, what do you do? What do you do? What's the best thing you can do for preventing cancer? And again, guys, teaching. Always new people on with us, so I got to do this, right? Remember, for cancer, I'm showing you a ballpoint pen. For cancer to get to the size of a tip of a ballpoint pen takes 5 years. Cancer's not rapid, not till it gets to the late stages. You, right now, I'm telling you, there's not a person watching today, not one, that isn't fighting cancer as we speak. Cancer cells are always present. It's whether they get a chance to proliferate or not. Okay? And true prevention starts with nutrition. True prevention starts with nutrition. If cancer is a metabolic disease, then the thing that you can control is what you put in your mouth every day. It starts with food. And guys, I brought you back to Nobel laureate, Nobel Peace Prize winner, Otto Warburg, who talked about fuel for cancer. He talked about cancer being ravenous. It's looking for glucose. Okay? And we've known this for a long time, almost, I think this was 1928 when he won a Nobel Prize, Nobel laureate, Otto Warburg. Guys, we've known this a long time, but it was buried. And, cancer treatment really, it has improved. But cancer detection, I'm not against cancer detection. But we never or rarely ever talk about cancer prevention. Start with food. Otto Warburg told us to do that. He talked about cancer cells being ravenous for sugar. That's been around a long time, guys. Okay. Starve it out, guys. Starve it out. Don't feed the bears. Do I got my don't feed the bear? I even have that on this morning. Okay. Let me go back. I'm going to show you. Don't feed the bears. Okay. I wonder why it's got to be on. Let me just do this for a sec here. I think that's why I'm seeing. Okay, can you still hear me? Okay, put your thumb up because I just played with it a bit. Good, thank you. Okay, now, so that was the first study we looked at this morning. Okay? Don't feed the bears. Cancer is a metabolic disorder. What an article. I appreciated it. And it's the new trend in research on cancer. But like I said, don't hold your breath. Don't wait. You take care of yourself. You can't talk about the rest of the world till you look in the mirror and take care of yourself. Do everything you can to take care of yourself. There's no guarantees in this world. There's no 100%. But put everything on your side in prevention. Do everything you can, okay? Changing fuels in cancer. Guys, I'm all about changing fuels. Okay? Now, this is a second study. I go, wow. Statin drugs, okay? This is a study in that I read on PubMed. Statin drugs cause insulin resistance, okay? So, Crestor, Lipitor, Zocor, cholesterol-lowering medications, okay? One of its side effects is it creates insulin resistance. What? Yeah. It creates insulin resistance. Okay, now, why are people taking statin drugs? To lower their cholesterol, especially their LDL, low-density lipoprotein cholesterol, okay? Now, you don't have to follow me for long. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to understand, for me, lowering cholesterol is one of the worst mistakes you can make. I'm not big on lowering cholesterol. You guys know that. I've been preaching that for 50 years. Why are you wanting to lower cholesterol? Why? Okay? And if statin drugs worked, well, heart disease would be almost eradicated. Okay? And really, the number one selling medication of all time, in my opinion, was based on a false premise. And every day, 7 days a week, I get asked about cholesterol. Okay? I mean, the blood panels, the testing you're doing, I'm sorry, but they're not even looking at the right things. I don't care what your total cholesterol is. I really don't. I want to know what your triglycerides are, and I want to know what your HDL is. That's what I want to know. And I find, okay, this is me, I find medicine generally twists themselves into pretzels, coming up with numbers and all sorts of things when they look at your lipid profile. It drives me crazy because it's a way they can't get it out of their craw that cholesterol could be good for you. They can't. And again, I just go back to basic biochemistry. Biochemistry 101. Cholesterol is essential for your body. Every cell in your body has cholesterol. Every membrane in your cells has cholesterol. Your brain has cholesterol. Your eyeballs have cholesterol. Everything has cholesterol. Why do you want to get rid of it? And I get it because they look at plaque and they say, oh, gee, I see some cholesterol around the plaque. Yeah, Because cholesterol is always flowing through your blood vessels. Go on major highways. Travel anywhere on a major highway, and you're going to see what? Transport trucks. I mean, it's amazing. Go to a truck stop, on a major highway, and you see hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of trucks. Right? Guys, whenever I see a transport truck, I think of cholesterol. It's just transporting. It's just doing its job. It's transport. You can't make testosterone. You can't make estrogen. You can't make progesterone. You can't make any of that stuff without cholesterol. And you can't have it transported without cholesterol. You learn that, I'm not kidding you, in the first day of biochemistry. You learn that on the first day. And then, isn't it funny? You go along in medicine, in medical school, then they teach you cholesterol is the boogeyman. One man started the whole thing. Oh, guys, it gives me a splitting headache when I think of it. In the 1950s, cholesterol. And by the time mid-60s came along, he was on the front of the Time magazine. His picture was there. He had influenced medicine to the point where don't eat eggs. Why? Well, they got cholesterol. Don't have bacon. Why? Well, that has cholesterol in it. Reduce your red meat. Why? That's got cholesterol in it. Butter. No, have margarine. Why? Because butter has cholesterol in it. True or false? Am I right? Yeah, that's exactly what happened. They were doing everything to get cholesterol down. And then we got statin drugs. Okay? So it started in the food industry. Dr. Kellogg's and cereal. Oh, no cholesterol in cereal. As a matter of fact, when you eat oatmeal, you're going to lower your cholesterol. Oh, oatmeal lowers your cholesterol. Right? You need fiber because fiber lowers your cholesterol. Fiber. I watched them do it, guys. I watched. Limit your eggs. Dr. Martin, can I have an egg a week or two? You should have an egg a day or two. Or 6 eggs a day. Seriously, guys. Like it drives me bananas. Bananas, okay? So, statin drugs, okay? We know what it does to your CoQ10. Okay? And that's why a lot of people, when they take that medication, they get a condition called rhombolithiasis. Oh, what a big name to mean muscle pain. Why? Well, it destroys your CoQ10. And even cardiologists recommend, if I give you a statin drug, it's not a bad idea if you take CoQ10. Okay? Ubiquinol. They know that much. Yeah, you're getting muscle pain. Wait a minute. I thought your heart was a muscle. You're getting damage to the mitochondria. One of its well-known side effects. You know what statin drugs do too? Cause insulin resistance. Now, I've known this for a long time because 50% of women, 50% of women, I did this on my radio show 20 years ago. 50% of women that take a statin drug cholesterol-lowering medication, like Lipitor, Zocor, Crestor, or whatever you name, or get diabetes. Well, what's the first step in diabetes? Insulin resistance. Your cells saying at the cellular level, stop coming around. I'm tired of you. That's insulin resistance. When cells at the cellular level say, insulin, would you take a hike? I can't stand you. But insulin don't care. It doesn't care. It doesn't care if you like it or not. As long as you eat crappy carbs and sugars, insulin has a job to do, and it don't care if it keeps knocking at the door of your cells and saying, let me in. I gotta store. I have to store that sugar. I can't leave it in the bloodstream. It must be put inside cells, and its favorite place to put it is in muscle cells or your liver cells, fat cells, fat cells, fat cells. Insulin resistance. Serious, guys, because insulin resistance, left unchecked, is one of the number one causes of plaque in your arteries. Why? Well, when you get insulin resistance, your arteries don't make it near enough nitric oxide that relaxes them, opens them. Because when you have insulin resistance, you create an inflammatory response. Inflammation is on your side. If someone kicks you in the knee, you want to be inflamed. Why? The ambulance is coming. It's bringing extra blood supply and extra enzymes and extra proteins to help the area. But you don't want that to stay like that, and you don't want the silent type that goes in your blood vessels and starts to damage the lining of the wall. You know that you got Teflon lining of your blood vessels. When you have insulin resistance, you damage the Teflon layer. Now it's not near as slippery. That's how you develop plaque, not cholesterol. I argue that cholesterol makes your Teflon layers even more slippery. Think of what cholesterol looks like. It's a waxy, substance. It's slippery. And by the way, your brain is made up of cholesterol. Why would you want to lower that? Okay? Why would you want to lower that? But guys, think of those transport trucks on the highways and byways of your blood vessels. What are they doing? Well, they're bringing you all of your hormones, not hormones. A lot of people have hormones. No, but they bring you your hormones, including another hormone, vitamin D. Yeah? Vitamin D is a hormone, guys. It's more than a vitamin, okay? We've characterized it as a vitamin, but it really is a hormone. It needs cholesterol to transport it. They work together. And, just about every day I bring you good news about vitamin D, the sun. Okay? Wow. Statin drugs cause insulin resistance. Well, we knew it, but science is starting to catch up. We knew it because what I was telling you about women. getting diabetes. 50%. Wow. Wow. I became a diabetic, but that's all right. My cholesterol came down. You know? Wow. I got my cholesterol down. Wow. Well, you don't win a prize for getting your cholesterol down. I'm sorry. Get your cholesterol up. Get your triglycerides down. Now that's a different puppy. That's a different puppy altogether. Statin drugs don't lower your triglycerides. They lower your cholesterol. LDL in particular. I'm not big on lowering LDL. Okay? I'm not big on lowering it. I think people make a big mistake. Now, I know I'm getting outnumbered and outvoted, but I think I'm right. The longer we go along, the statin drugs, the more they realize, boy, there are some major side effects. And guys, we're just not getting the bang for the buck when it comes to that medication. It's not helping. Otherwise, I'd be all for it. Okay. Insulin resistance is one of the biggest factors in developing plaque, even according to PubMed. Ooh. Okay. Okay, guys. Okay, so remember, 15% sale is going on right now till Thursday midnight, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so make sure about that. Okay, now, tomorrow, I'm going to take a day off. Okay, I have a little holiday tomorrow. Okay, if you don't mind. And we'll be back Friday. I want to see your question and answers coming in. And if you're not sure where to send it to info@martinclinic.com. Okay, info@martinclinic.com. Okay, and when you're getting your order, 15% off right now, Sun Steak and Steel, 15% off. What a great Christmas gift that makes. Everything that I'm talking about, just about, is in this book. Okay? Sun Steak and Steel. Thank you for making it a huge bestseller. We appreciate that. Okay. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.